The machine is on.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, enemies of all kind? This is the voicemail dump truck. Can you believe it? Can you believe we made it to July and we're dumping along? We don't care that it's too hot. We don't care that it's summer. We're dumping no matter what. That's the kind of year it's going. It's been for all of us. My name is Jeff Bacalar. I am joined by a crew today that needs, well, they need an introduction. Let's be honest. We've got Dan Reichert here. How are you, Dan?
I'm doing great. How are you, Jeff Bacalar?
I'm standing. I'm feeling good.
Are you standing right now?
Yeah,
I thought you were sitting.
Right. No,
okay.
Standing.
I'm standing too.
I don't know how this proves that my moving my neck around.
You can't jump in a chair.
I'm jumping.
Yeah, there we go. There
no
we go.
problem.
Yeah, all right.
We'll pivot to the sitting Mike Minotti. How are you?
Yeah, I don't know about all this standing at a computer nonsense. Seems difficult. Seems kind of tiring.
Yeah.
I'm going to continue to be on my butt.
It's a fad. Let's be honest. It's a fad.
It's going to go out of fashion real soon. Unlike carpet, which is coming back, baby.
Carpet in the bathroom. You knock it now. Just wait till you've had the pleasure. Speaking of having the pleasure, I don't think this show has had the pleasure. I don't know how forces have not conspired where this person is on the program. Ladies and gentlemen, please help us welcome to the voicemail dump truck for the very first time, John, Super Eyepatch Wolf. How are you, John?
I'm good. Thank you all for having me. I'm kind of with Mike on this one. Like, I understand the benefits of standing, but at what cost, I have to ask.
I mean, when you do it, we all do. I mean, we are naturally sitting a lot. There are certain things that, if you're playing, I'm not standing up with the controller in my hand. That feels weird. But you got to give yourself an opportunity. If you got a bunch of meetings and shows or recordings in a row, you got to be able to stand and sit,
Here's my real problem with it. Here's my real problem is that
Okay.
I've been using the same desk now for 20 years. And I even bought a new desk at one point, and then it got here. And I was like, what am I doing? I don't want to use a different desk. I'm so used to this desk. So it's not that I don't want to get a standing desk, which doesn't sound that bad. I don't want to get a desk.
Wait, so you bought a desk and it arrived and you never used it?
Yeah, like where is it?
Right there in a box.
Oh, buddy, what the
How long?
Okay, wait. How long? How long?
4 years?
Oh, Mike.
Wait, it's not even in storage? You're looking at it right now?
Want me to get it?
Yeah, get the
You
desk.
can get it?
Get the desk.
Wait, I don't understand why he's standing
That's
now.
not.
What is
right.
happening? Guys,
I'm telling you, over a long enough period of time, the Who's Weirder poll is going to go in my favor.
Dan, you got to stop making it about the weird thing.
I'm just saying, the people don't even know.
So, John, we have this thing of like, oh my, well, that is a bridge table at best. What is this thing?
Mike, don't dox yourself again. Don't dox yourself again.
Yeah, Mike, you're showing your shipping label. Move quicker, make it blurry. Dude, first of all, did you see that? That's not even a picnic table.
I don't.
What was that?
Okay.
It had
Mike,
tiny little fold-out legs.
Mike, what was that? That was a computer desk only by name. What was that?
It's a card table, if
People
that.
to get at the time. No, people were like, "This is the kind of minimalist desk you need these days."
Okay, but
I was
what
told.
do you have?
Be there.
What do you have now? Is it just like a milk crate?
It's like a thing a college kid buys from IKEA when they're going into their dorm for the first time.
Oh God.
Okay, but Mike, I
Mikey.
have to ask, like, what's the plan? Like, is
Oh, John.
because
John.
because the desk is within arm's reach, it seems, right?
Yeah.
And that is your workspace. So, is the intention still to set it up? Like, what has happened?
Why is it in storage, and why haven't you sold it at this point?
Like returned it? What?
Look, we all tell ourselves pretty little lies to get through the day, right? Like, maybe someday I'm going to put that desk together and rearrange my office, right? I know that day's never going to happen. You all probably know the same thing. but yet, there it is. I guess I could put it in the basement. I don't know why it's still in this room.
This is
Okay.
some Paul Reichert level stuff here.
Yeah.
This is-
John,
Okay,
what are
you know
what are
what?
you thinking? Yeah.
You know what? I have to say, I think I gotta come clean here because from this angle, shit looks together.
Oh yeah. Okay, I know where this is
But
going.
from this angle,
Oh, that's not bad.
buddy, oh,
it is
no.
a fucking disaster.
It's not too bad.
Pal.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Is that like a
I retract it
Peloton?
all, Mike. I understand.
What'd
you say?
Thank you.
Is that like a Peloton or like what is that you
It's
got in
not
the
a
a bike?
I'm not taking any questions about the room, Jeff.
Sure.
I saw a collapsible green screen. Did I spot that?
You sure did, Dan.
Okay, I could spot that.
Mhm.
Is
Wow.
mine bad? I got stuff, but like
you got stuff. You're
it's mostly
fine.
just crap that I have to charge to heat up my knees and ankles and stuff like that. It's like workout heat pads and stuff. That's pretty
heat
much
up
all
your
I got.
knees. What do you mean?
I would
heat
Yeah,
say,
it's like
I would
heat
say,
and
Dan,
cold.
yours falls into the category of clutter, not like human
Okay.
disaster, which I
Right.
personally feel this room is.
Okay.
That
Okay.
corner
I
is-
have a lot of things I need to charge over there. So it's like everything's always just, and I bought that little table thing. So it's like, oh, it'll all go on there now. But I've got way too many things to charge. You got your Steam Decks, you got your, heating pads,
Yeah,
all that
and
stuff.
they're
Yeah.
all in your shot. That's fine. I get it. Like,
That's
yeah,
true.
where
Yeah.
where else would they go?
That's
It
a good
makes
point,
sense.
yeah. It's a studio apartment here.
Yeah, wow. So Mike, that desk is it's just furniture now. That box is just like part of that office now, isn't it? It's just there.
Yeah, well, I have this keyboard. I also don't use this thing anymore, really, because I
Oh.
became a 10 whistle man instead.
Right. Sure.
We all know.
Yep.
We all know that.
Right, of course. Good job.
So like maybe I could put that desk over like here where this thing is.
more surface area for you, pal.
I need more surface area. I have so many things I need to display and
Yeah.
put things on.
Where else are
for
you gonna
sure.
build your keyboards, right? Like you need that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I gotta move this keyboard so I can build keyboards. But then I have to find, like, because there's like a thing for sheet music, and that's where I have my Batman Phase Clan comic right now. So I have
Right,
to find
as you do.
I have to find a different place to display this when I go through with that. So it's a whole process of things here.
Okay.
God, this
Mike,
is
do you
incredible.
remember that tweet? And it was like, I've just done something that I've been dreading doing for 6 months. It took 20 minutes. It will dramatically improve my life. It is now done. I will learn nothing from this.
Oh
That
yeah.
I
Learn nothing
feel is your situation with the table.
It's not as bad, but I got a rowing machine, exercise equipment
Yeah.
around the new year. And I only put it up a couple weeks ago, and it only happened because they came to change my internet over to fiber. So I literally just didn't have internet for like 2 hours. I couldn't work. I couldn't play games. And I was like, well, guess I can finally put this thing together now. Big improvement to my quality of life having that. One, because it's not in a hideous box in my living room anymore, taking up space. And two, I can exercise every day now. So
Like, can you imagine what you could do if someone just came and cut the internet cord? What would you be in 3
Somebody
weeks?
might have to. Somebody might have to save me from myself.
I kind of fantasize about that a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
About cutting.
Oh, I
my
would
internet
love if like a
cable.
worldwide EMP went off and just broke the internet irreparably. I think
Well-
it'd be better for everyone. Yeah.
Well,
None
I
of us
mean-
would have jobs, but yeah.
Yeah. Like, I'd be like, thank God I can fall back on all my other skills. Oh, no!
Yeah. yeah.
Oh no, there goes it all.
Yep.
Yeah. So maybe temporarily is the best course of action there, but I'm with you. It's good to unplug.
We should every leap year should be a year without the internet.
Again, I don't know if it's like a whole year. I feel like
It's
that
a
would
year without a
actually
Santa Claus.
destroy the world's economy. Probably.
guess it would.
It's like a year
yeah.
without a really racist Santa Claus, yes.
Right. Right. Exactly.
Who won't stop yelling racist stuff about you 365 days a year?
That
Yeah.
skinny Santa Claus from Rudolph is fucked up, by the way, right?
I don't know what that is.
What? You know the skinny Santa Claus from Rudolph. Remember? Like,
Is
the
it like
moms-
Weird Mario from Mario Maker?
Yeah, Mrs. Claus like, eat, eat. The kids will be sad if you're not fat. Eat.
I'm looking this
Whoa,
up. If I just look
yeah.
up skinny Santa Claus, is this gonna show
I think
up?
it'll come up. Yeah, I think maybe add a Rudolph in there to help you out.
Okay,
Just got
let's
different
see.
lives, you and me, Mike. I think it's
I
just,
don't know what I'm talking
just
about.
got like different worldviews a little bit.
I mean, his
you know?
head is huge. He has like a giant egg head.
Yeah,
He's not-
the head
he's
is
not-
the same.
He's not that skinny.
Yeah, he's not that skinny.
Oh, I don't know if
He's
you're
like a
looking at the
Funko Pop.
right- He's kind of like, oh, Dan, you're pro Funko Pop with me now, right?
No.
Oh, you're just afraid to admit it on here. I know what you said about Funko Pops.
I said they at the Funko Hollywood, they had a fun make a custom one that I made for our bit, and I'm anti Funko Pop across the board.
Whoa, brave stance.
Thank you. I was being accused.
Yeah, we can't have that kind of slander getting thrown around on the dump
Oh,
truck.
this Santa Claus is fucked up. I don't like looking at him.
He's fine. I like him.
Wait, I just feel in my bones that like Mike Minotti has a funny story about learning Santa Claus isn't real. You have to, right?
Yeah, what happened last
Like
year?
you must have
when that
freaked out
happened?
or something, right?
What happened last year?
How'd that go down for you?
No, I think it was just one of those just slow realization
Oh,
and
okay.
acceptance things. Very normal. It was fine.
I
Oh,
told you
okay.
what happened with Dib, right?
Did I
No.
think? Go ahead.
Yeah. So I think I've said it somewhere. I'll reiterate. This was early. He was probably like 6 or 7, and he had asked me, right? Because like we rub up against Christmas enough where like he had absorbed the story, and plenty of me. We've got plenty of Christmas trees. Are in the most Christmas trees any Jewish family probably has.
You're right.
And-
Also victory.
Yeah. And one year he was like, what's the Santa deal? Like, what are we doing? And I'm like, what's the question? Like, he's like, I don't know. I just feel like it's probably really hard for him to like do all that. Right. And I'm like, I'm like, oh, look, man, you're 7. You're old enough to have this conversation. I think let's look at it from a logistical point of view. Right. How many people on Earth? And he like didn't know the answer to that. And I was like, let's call it 7 billion. Right. And then a portion of that is supposed to get Christmas presents. You think one guy's going around doing that? What's the story here? And he was like scratching his chin. He's like, yeah. What's going on
You
here?
used the logic to disprove
And then-
Santa Claus.
And then we did get a phone call where he sort of proposed that logic to someone else in class.
Oh, you gotta be
Okay, this
careful
was
with
making
that.
me like Dib more.
Yeah. And then, through the transitive Santa Claus property, we had to be like, hey, man, you just can't go around telling people because there's
Gotta
still
keep
some
a
people
kayfabe. Keep a kayfabe.
Yeah, people are still holding on to that.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like,
Oh.
I get it.
That's the move, isn't it? Like once they find out that there's no Santa, they're on your team now, and
Right,
now it's
well,
their.
You're right, John. But also, he's like, Tooth Fairy's real, though, right? I'm like, yeah, Tooth Fairy's fucking real. you
Tooth Fairy
dumbass.
for sure,
You fucking dumb.
absolutely.
Dan, I feel like me and you have had the complete opposite experience with Dib.
You like him?
Me and Dib are like soul brothers. Isn't that right,
Really?
Jeff?
They kind of
Why?
they have a relationship that is beautiful and awesome and
Why?
just very healthy. What's
He's
yours
like
like?
he's like a bully.
I that's what I like about him. It's like finally another fucking non-nerd on this internet.
I've got like a year and a half before he gives me a wedgie.
Yeah.
Oh,
if
Man,
even,
I'll be a
if
big
even.
Dib fan. I'm neutral. I got no relationship with Dib right now. I have to say.
It'll happen. I do think it was a tremendous weekend for Dib and John for sure. Dib is very excited to have a new friendship, and I think John, you are too, right? For sure.
I am. I'm still navigating the process of having a friend who is an 11-year-old.
He's 10.
10. Okay, that's even younger. And I'm not quite sure how to
It's just
deal
fist
with
bumps.
that.
It's just cool fist
Yeah.
bumps and like passing fist bumps along, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and
You know,
Italian
'cause
brain rot.
It got to the point where I was like, oh, I should ask Dib for like his contact info, and then I was like, no, wait, I should not do that.
Oh, that was the best weekend of his life. Let's be honest. It
was fun.
everyone knows
He
that.
did. I've told this story somewhere else, I think, but he did say the sweetest thing to me where he was like, "Do you have a kid?" And I was like, "No." And then he was like, "I feel like if you had a kid, me and that kid would be friends." And I was like,
Aw. Isn't that sweet, Dan?
That gets
I'm
you
happy
right in
for the people who are happy about that.
That gets you right in the feels.
In like
I think it
another
does.
8 years, John, you and him could have a Marty McFly, Doc Brown kind of relationship, though. That'd be good, right?
That could be pretty good.
That would be dope. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Boy, I do wonder if I had had a kid, like, what the fuck would that kid be like?
We wonder.
Oh, I don't think about that. I don't want to
Wait,
know. I don't want to
think about this.
it.
When my dad was my age, 41, I would have been 21. So imagine me with a 21-year-old right now.
No, I'm not going to do that.
An adult. Wow. 21.
Yeah,
You can go drinking with him.
I was with my dad. Yeah.
That's
In a lot of ways, Dan, like for all your proclivities, I think you do sound sometimes like a little bit of a reined-in Paul Riker. Would you say that's fair?
I think I've been trying to tighten that rein gradually every year. Yes,
I think
there are still elements there.
I think your kid would be that to you.
Okay.
And in
Okay.
another like 4 generations, you're going to produce a just regular person.
How are you going to have a career then?
They're just all going to be brains and tubes by then. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
We're just
No, you know
batteries
what?
for the machines. It's
You're right,
okay.
Dan. No one's figured it out.
No.
There's not a single person who's managed to have a child and a career simultaneously. It's
just-
never happened.
No.
could've been the
I
first.
mean, how is my normal generations down the line? Because I attribute a lot of my career to being a unique individual. And so if you're just a normal person, how do you have a career?
We'll reopen the grocery
I'm not saying
store.
me.
It'll be fine.
Oh, yeah, get back to the grocery roots.
Yeah,
That makes
yeah.
Back
sense.
to your
Okay.
roots.
There we go.
Back to
Yeah.
your roots, where it
Yeah.
all went down.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's nuts. Yeah, he asks. I'll say he asks about you all the time, John. Not so
Is
much.
he
you,
still
John.
asking to dye his hair?
Yes. He's like, you'd be cool, right? I'm like, yeah. And what about those tattoos? Hold on. Just wait a little bit, pal. Just wait a little bit.
Oh, if he got tattoos now, they'd be so stupid. It'd be like Roblox.
Oh my God. That is a funny. That's a funny sketch of like.
Okay.
That is a good sketch.
We should let 10-year-olds get tattoos just so that they could be embarrassed of them later. Actually, I'm really in favor. All the bluey and
Oh, when I was
Roblox.
16, I wanted to get a Y2J tattoo. I'm sure that would have been great.
Oh man, he would.
Yeah.
He would get. Oh, that's just such a funny sketch of like some 15-year-old going to a tattoo removal place and be like, "Oh, wasn't thinking clear on that Blaze and the Monster Machines tattoo, were you? Huh? Paw Patrol."
Cool
not,
thing,
not
Dan,
into
is that he's
anymore?
still wrestling, so you could point at the screen and be like, "That's the guy."
Yeah, and then I'd cover up my tattoo.
What tattoos would we
amazing.
all have if we got when we were 10? I would absolutely have the Sega Saturn logo, and I'd actually maybe would keep that one. I would.
Yeah, I'd probably have a
Jurassic Park logo. I'd have the Jurassic Park logo with like raptor claws going through it. Yeah.
yeah.
Could be worse, you know.
Yeah.
Ghostbuster, I'd have some sort of Stay Puft situation. I bet.
I
you
like
know?
that.
10. I'd have a Kevin Nash tattoo.
It's not bad.
So, I
I'd
think
be
I
okay
probably
with
would have had the Brett the Hitman Hart logo.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's good.
Which, you know
Yeah.
what? I would still get that.
Just get the
Pretty
pink
sick.
glasses. That'd be good.
Yeah, pretty sick. Pretty sick. All right. Well, I think I'm ready to kick things off if you guys feel like you are as well.
Yeah,
Is
say
there
the
any other
things, say the
housekeeping?
Say
Any
the
other
things.
housekeeping we need to take care of?
We're not here tomorrow. There's that. So we're off for the 4th. We might still have some stuff going up though, right? So
Yeah, I think we
Exciting.
do have some stuff. So keep your eyes peeled to the feeds and all that. All right, then let's do it. In case you couldn't tell, this is a call-in show. 707 exit flu. That's the phone number. That's how you get in touch with the program. Next week I will not be here, so leave your voicemails in my stead. That would be great. And let's get into it. We've got Jan Ochoa behind the scenes rocking the voicemails. Thank you for curating those, my friend. And let us start things off with a selection from our very special guest, the Wolf. Do you see the list of voicemails, pal?
I do not. Where am I looking?
If you click in our Discord little chat bubble top right, you should see an image where they are all listed. If not, that's
So-
fine.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Okay.
Delicious they all look.
Why don't we go for... Do Curse and Curse 2 have to be played in order?
Yes,
Probably,
they have
right,
to be played
Jan?
in
Yeah.
order.
Okay, let's do Curse.
Let's get a twofer.
I see how it is, bummers. The curse is established. Love you, good night.
Fuck. Okay.
What?
John, you put a curse on us.
I didn't do anything. Okay.
Now,
All right.
let's all calm
wait-
down. There's a part 2. Maybe we're fine.
Yeah. No, we're
Yeah.
freaking out. We're
Yeah.
freaking out over nothing here. It's okay.
Hey, Jan. I think my last call I issued a vendetta, or maybe said I was cursing the dump truck or something. Anyway, I think even for the format of the show, that was out of line. That was too far. So just want to apologize for that. And
Okay, take it back.
Yeah,
Take.
I'll probably
Just
take
say
a break
it.
from calling for a while.
No.
All right.
Bye
Bye.
What? Okay.
The
Oh,
fuck was
fucking
that?
We have a
Jesus.
problem.
Okay.
We have a
Okay.
problem.
Okay. We've been
This is-
cursed. We've been cursed.
You know, I thought this was going to be the shortest curse ever cursed, but no, in
Yeah.
fact, it remains.
Jeff, when I agreed to come on this podcast, you were emphatic about the fact that a curse was not possible,
That's what I led with.
and it's the first fucking message, dude.
Okay, everyone, curses aren't real.
Whoa, okay,
Oh,
Mr. I live half my
okay.
life in a fantasy world.
But yeah, the key word there is fantasy. It's not real. It's fine.
I mean, no disrespect.
Say
you know,
that Donald Duck isn't real.
Donald Duck is not real. It's
oh,
okay.
that hurt.
You
That
didn't
hurt you
sound
to
that.
say.
You didn't sound that confident.
Yeah, that sounded like kind of a strain.
Look
That hurt.
into the camera. Look into the camera and seriously say Donald Duck is not real. Everyone quiet so we have a clean read.
Donald Duck is not real.
Oh, that hurt
Oh,
me
man.
hearing you say that.
It's fine.
That-
It's fine. All sorts of things aren't real. Right?
Well, in a way,
The
you're
government of the United States. It's all just things we make
Whoa,
up in
here
our
he goes.
minds.
Whoa.
Here he goes again.
Yay!
Don't use the decline of our entire way of life as a way to sort of obfuscate what's going on here. I disagree, Mike. I think our friend Donald Duck is real in many ways.
Is this like Santa Claus's real Virginia thing, right?
I don't know what that meant.
No, there's
all.
like that famous letter. It's like, is Santa Claus real?
Well,
And they're like,
obviously-
dear Virginia, Santa Claus is real in our hearts and souls.
No, people who genuinely believe that are delusional. What I'm saying is Donald Duck is real in the way that we appreciate the character of him being real, right?
Well, he's real in the way that fantasy can impact reality.
Yes.
Like
Here we
in
go.
Metaphor Refantazio. Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, yeah, I understand
Donald
that.
Duck is a real character. You're not going to bump into him on the street, but he's a real
plus
ass
it's Main
character.
Street, USA. Then you can
Okay,
bump into
see,
him there.
I'm affording you the little bit of grace, and you have to just rub my nose.
I saw
in-
Donald Duck a few days ago. That's just all I'm saying.
Okay,
He's looking
okay.
great.
No,
He's
you
looking
saw some
great.
guy in a fucking costume. Is what you
Been
saw.
working out.
Yeah.
He got a
Come
rowing
on.
machine. Donald Duck did. Yeah.
Oh, I just sent you guys my pictures with Dopey. I was able to get an exclusive Dopey picture as an annual pass holder. They wouldn't even let my friends come in. They're like, only annual pass holders can get a picture with Dopey.
What the
Your
fuck is
friends
Dopey?
have to wait
Is that a-
outside.
is that a
He's
Snow
dwarf-
White thing?
One of the
Yeah.
Snow White
One of the
guys.
Oh,
One of the
okay.
dwarfs. Like,
Is he like the
Mike-
most famous one?
yeah, probably.
Really? Okay.
Like, I've been really curious to ask you a few
Yeah.
little questions about Disneyland.
Oh, please.
How often do you go?
I don't know. That depends.
How many times have
Many
you gone in
times
the
a
last
year.
month?
Well, I was going to say 2025 seems like an above average year already,
Yeah.
and it's nearly June. July.
I've been twice this year.
Okay, cool. And so when you go, what's the go-to? What's the one thing you gotta do?
The one thing that I need to do is go to the Nomad Lounge in the Animal Kingdom, which is where the chill vibes are, the best cocktails. They have these gluten-free churros that are very good. Yeah, I get a Congolese beer, and a tempting tigress. It's kind of like an old-fashioned with a tamarind syrup in it. It's very tasty.
Does sound
So-
pretty good. I've never been to Disneyland or any Disney location.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
if you
you're
ever
not
go,
missing
let
anything.
me know. I'll give you.
It's fine, man.
That's my favorite new role in this industry is being the guy that people come to for suggestions and tips when they go to Disney.
I was
Love
talking to
that.
Ben Hansen last night at dinner about how going to Disneyland with you is if you don't know Disneyland, that is the way to do it with you as the tour guide.
That is my biggest regret Well, I'll choose my words carefully. But I not going to Disney with you. The sort of there was a chance for that to happen. It didn't land. I have to do it with you. I have to.
Sure, the situation will come up again. I was just there this last weekend, and I'll be there at least one more time. This year's a busy year because I actually got an annual pass, so I can basically go as many times as I want, as long as I can afford to fly down there and stay there, which is also a cost, it turns out. But I'm taking advantage of it. Yeah,
I will say that I believe I'm meant to go another time within a year and a half. So we'll have to maybe plan it out.
Oh, baby.
All right. Well, thank you, caller. I'm just gonna so I feel better about the weekend. I'm just gonna say the curse thing was the Nathan Fielder show that they were.
Oh, that's fine. Well, okay, that's gonna end real weird for us.
Yeah,
but
it'll be. Yeah, I'd rather that. Right. Let's be honest. I'd rather that.
But we got 7 episodes, and then
weirdness.
Yeah.
And then it's all up. Okay. Dan, how about your turn?
Let's do nuts.
Hey, gang. I'm an amateur gardener, wildlife photographer, or whatever, and recently a squirrel in my backyard was just proudly showing me his nuts, and I got a real good picture of him. Just a big old set of nuts, man. He really looks so proud of these things. I don't know why, but I kind of figured you guys might want to see it, but I felt weird sending over just a picture of some huge squirrel nuts with no warning. So anyway, here it is. I'm going to text it. I hope that's cool. Love you guys. Bye.
I find the wording of this call ambiguous.
Yeah, I think was that intentional. I think it's.
Is it testicles?
Yeah.
Oh, here's the picture.
Okay,
yeah.
Well,
wait, where are you?
Oh, there are testicles. Oh no, they're huge.
Yep. They
are
are
you seeing this.
This squirrel's got the biggest nuts I've ever seen.
God.
Where's the penis?
I think the penis is the little nub.
No, that is it does. It's casting a shadow. You see, if you zoom in. If you zoom in,
I'm zooming in on the squirrel's nuts.
Guys, get in there with me.
I'm not doing it.
If you zoom in,
I see it. I see the shadow. Yeah.
I'd never seen a squirrel's genitals, and now I have.
No, I don't want to.
I
These
didn't
are
know
the
that they
most
were
inoffensive nutties ever. What do you mean?
I know, but I just
adorable.
imagine, I don't know, a future situation if someone's like, you ever seen a squirrel's dick? And now I have to be like, I have, yes.
I don't think we're allowed to show this, right? This seems like TOS. We're not. Let's not show that, Jan.
I think Jan may have just linked it in the chat.
Okay, that's fair. Good.
It's now hosted on giantbomb.com. I hope that makes the migration.
Cool stuff.
Those testicles are bigger than his feet. Imagine if our testicles were as big as our feet.
Well, this is what maybe.
You ever sit on your nuts when you take a shit?
How are you doing that, pal?
Wait, hang on, Dan. I'm
It's
a little
rare.
confused as the physics there.
Was the lid down?
Yeah, you don't sit on it with.
No, I mean the cover lid. I just don't understand. There's a big old hole.
It's rare. I can't describe. I think you just sit down too fast or whatever, and you don't go over the center before you lower yourself. I think if they kind of flop over the front of it, or no, it wouldn't be the front. I don't know how I've done this.
Yeah, Dan, there's
in
something
reverse?
not really clicking here, buddy.
I mean, this has not happened in many years, but I remember at one point sitting down and be like, "Ow!" Or maybe that was a chair. I think it was a chair.
It just seems so physically impossible.
I think it's. But is it more possible with the chair? I've definitely sat on my nuts before. I'm probably thinking about a normal chair and not a toilet.
I think that is possible. Dan.
Okay, I've definitely sat on my nuts before.
Yeah, that could happen, I guess.
But with a toilet, that's like a magic trick.
Maybe it wasn't the toilet, but I think I'm thinking about something else with the toilet.
Okay.
Chairs, I've sat on my nuts.
What?
Okay, that's
You pile drive your nuts, right? That's what happens. It's that
not
position.
intentionally. Yeah, it's
you
a
know
botch.
something else.
Yeah.
There's something else.
What's funny is this squirrel is on its hind legs, probably because it has to be.
Yeah, right. It's still.
It's like a tripod.
Mike, I think that something else is sometimes toilets' water levels are too high.
Oh, you teabagged it.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You are.
Okay,
That's
I
called a
feel like
clogged
we are
toilet.
getting close to discovering things that we don't need to discover.
buddy.
I
If
see what
that's the
happened there.
case, okay.
Okay.
If
Look,
that's the case, you got what? You got LHBs?
Put on the
I will go with
water.
tourbus.mp3.
Okay.
Wait, that was yours. You had the nuts one already.
No, don't do it, Jan. Are
My
you?
turn, damn it.
Is this what happened after that procedure?
Oh, my ball procedure?
Yeah.
No, I
Did
got
it
pretty
hang
normal
low?
balls, I think.
Do your balls hang low? Do
I
they
was
wobble
like,
to
I
and fro?
wonder how quickly this will get weird. I said that to myself before we started this podcast.
John,
And
buddy.
look,
Mhm.
no, I get it. I listen to the dump truck. I'm a fan of the dump. This is more intense than I expected.
Do you think the
sure.
squirrel's
That's fair.
balls are always this big, or is he kind of like ready to party soon?
I think
Buddy,
my dude, I think my little dude needs to find a nice lady squirrel and or male squirrel, whatever this little fella wants. And I think he needs to go out for dinner. I think they need to stick on Netflix. And I think they need to just let nature take its course. If I was the person taking this photo, I would have seen these balls and I would have audibly said, "Oh, sorry," and put down the camera.
Sorry
even
to
if
the squirrel.
Even if the squirrel was like 20 meters away, I would have been like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't."
Yeah,
My
yeah.
mistake. What an
Yep,
invasion of privacy. My mistake. Again, zoom in. You can see the shadow.
I'm
being
not
cast.
zooming. I
don't
closed
want
that tab
to.
immediately.
I don't want
There's
to.
a
I see the
tiny
shadow
little-
backguard. Don't worry.
The shadow's casting at about 4 o'clock. Perhaps that's what time this photo was taken. But yeah.
Sundial.
This is
My
sundial.
wife's gonna ask me how this podcast went after this, and I'm gonna think of
Why?
that squirrel photo, and I'm just gonna go, "It was fine."
Yeah.
This is a thing I kind of want to show Dib too. It's just I don't know. Anyway, how about that? Thank you, caller. Right? Thank you, caller.
Yeah, thanks.
Mike, follow that up, buddy.
Went to Disneyland.
Hey, duders, it's Seamus in New York. So I just took a too long midday nap on a Saturday. But during that nap, I did have a dream where I went to Disneyland for the first time since I was a child. And a distinct moment that I remember where I was like, oh, I got to take a picture of this so I can send it to Mike Minotti. So that's happening to me now. Did you have you guys ever had dreams about like people you only know through content you watch? Because it's kind of is it sad that that's happening to me now? Anyways, love you guys. Bye.
No, that's fine. I think I
Yeah.
said this before, and some people were confused, but other people backed me up. You can't invent new people in your dreams. It has to be people you either have met or have seen in some way. So
Is that universally true?
I don't, I think it
I
has
feel
to
like
be.
I get kind of broken people in my dreams.
Yeah.
Like sometimes
Yeah.
fusions of two people,
Sure, that
and they
could be-
kind of
Yeah.
go back and forth, and it's really confusing.
Yeah, maybe it's like that. But like, it's okay to dream about me. That's fine. I get it.
I mean, in real life, I want to send pictures to Mike Minotti. Like when I saw that Dole Whip thing with, was it Chip from
appreciate
Chip and
it.
Dale?
Yeah.
Hawking Dole Whip. I saw it. I was like, well, I got to send this to Mike Minotti
I
immediately.
appreciate that. It's funny, like in general, like people like reach out to me to send me a picture of anything Disney related, ask for Disney stuff. I'm like, yeah, let's go. Then it's like, Mike, I think you should play this video game. I'm like, fuck off. I don't want to talk about that video games right now. Leave me alone.
I think the problem of having like a special interest online is you immediately get a flood of everything whenever anything happens.
Yes.
I have been sent the same Garfield clips probably 100 times. It's like and someone like there's the Garfield fight scene from that I think it's a Bollywood movie or a Tollywood movie, and it's like a guy shows up and he fights as Garfield, and I think I've received that maybe 300 times. A friend sent it to me recently, and I had to be like, dude, what are you doing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like annoyed.
I get that with, I guess, three main things. Anytime there's something about Waluigi, something about Taco Bell, or anything happens in the world of wrestling, and I just get a million texts and messages like immediately.
I guess that's what we're answering now. Maybe not the spirit of the original
The dream
voicemail,
thing,
but,
yeah.
Hey,
but like,
dream about people. I dream about wrestlers all the time who I don't actually know. I do
don't.
still have a lot of wrestling dreams. And it's usually like, for some reason, I'm in the main events or something.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
get that too.
I'm not a wrestler.
Oh my God, Mike, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I have that exact same thing where it's like it's WrestleMania and it's like I need to go out there in like 5 minutes. I'm like, I need to go over the match. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to take a bump. What the fuck am I supposed to do?
Right, but like I still feel pretty good about my chances and things like that anyway.
Yeah. No, I very much have that dream. Yes.
Yeah. It's like being naked in high school again.
Yes.
Oh, boy, I wish.
Just like the good old days, huh, Backlund?
The good old days. Used to mean something being naked in high school, you know?
Yeah, now they're just all doing it for their TikToks and their Italian brain rots.
Yeah, it's all for clout. You know?
Yeah, we did it for the thrill. We did it for the love of the game.
Love of the game.
It used to mean nothing, and that means it meant everything.
Exactly, John. Well said.
Yeah, we were displaying it like that squirrel did.
Hell yeah. Letting it all hang out. Listen, this got me thinking about like I guess annoying emails from or texts from people where you're like, don't you know who you're texting? Like sending John a Garfield thing, sending Dan a wrestling thing, sending Mike a Disney thing. Like
we know.
I know. We like
I'll always get it like 4 days after.
Yeah.
Like my dad will text me, be like, "Did you hear that some wrestler named Psycho Sid died?" And like, yeah, like the minute it got announced. Yeah.
Like,
yes, definitely.
Someone once texted me like, "Did you see Nintendo announce the new Switch or something like that?"
Yes.
Time to connect with Jeff on his interests.
It was like so certain. Like this guy's not a dummy. Like and knows is actually one of the people who like kind of understand what it is I do and all that stuff. And I just was like, I wrote him back. I was like, buddy, for real? Like, are you all right? Like, what? Really? Do you think this somehow flew under my radar? Like.
Oh, you should have acted like it did. Like, what? Huh? No one told me.
Like, that's a rumor. That's a rumor. That's bullshit.
You mean 2? The second what? Fuck. Well, how do you respond to that?
It's way better than like when the people come up to you about something that they know is your hyper interest and it's not theirs, and they tell you something that's wrong.
That's fun.
And then they like,
what do you do?
My favorite one of those is Ben Hansen moved into his new house and he had a neighbor that was like, and they got to meet each other. They were like mowing lawn or whatever, and they went and started talking to each other. And he's like, "Oh, what do you do?" And Ben's like, "Oh, I do like a video game stream thing and everything." He's like, "Oh man, I used to be so into video games. The thing I was obsessed with, my favorite thing, Resident Evil on the Genesis." And Ben was like. Ben's like, oh, on PlayStation or they did a Saturn one, and he's like, no, Genesis version.
Sega
and Hanson happened to be like, no, they didn't have a Genesis one. He was like, no, they had it. I played it every day when I was growing up.
You gotta let that go. Like
that's infuriating.
I do have so many questions because like.
Go.
Is he just mixing up the system, or was he playing some other game on the Genesis that he thought was Resident Evil?
It doesn't matter, right? Like, who knows?
It matters for some reason.
He's wrong. He's empirically wrong. Like, there's just no way out.
I remember I really had to bite my tongue hard when I first started the WWE, and it was right before the pandemic, and I was producing an Alexa Bliss podcast with Dolph Ziggler, and I'm sitting in the room with the two of them, and they start talking about video games and like nostalgia and stuff. And she's like, "Ooh, my favorite game ever was Twisted Metal on the Dreamcast." And like, this is very much, I love Twisted Metal and Dreamcast. And I'm like sitting back, like, I'm not going to be the guy. Actually, she's like, "Oh yeah, we need to had the Offspring song and everything." I'm like, "You're thinking of Crazy Taxi. You're thinking of Crazy Taxi." And she kept saying Twisted Metal on Dreamcast. I was like, I just need to shut the fuck up here.
I love that restraint. I love it.
He did the right thing.
It shows a lot of character, Dan. Good job.
I've recently been getting into to Gunpla, like building the little plastic robots. It's really fun. It's really chill. But a friend of mine were in a comic book shop recently, and he asked the store attendant, like, "Do you have any Gunpla?" And the store attendant kind of pauses and just goes, "Oh, you mean Gundam?" And it was like, we both really had to be like, we're just gonna let it slide.
No, we don't.
We don't want to be explaining.
Just let it go. Just be like, "Hey, you see this picture of Squirrels nuts?" You just gotta let it go.
That's your phone background, just like Men in Black.
Just move on. Just move on. And we will move on with the next voicemail. It's my turn. I'm gonna pick. This makes sense. Bad Boy.
Sup, dumpers. When you're having an Altoid or like a Tic Tac or a Mint, are you probably not like a Tic Tac because that's too hard. Are you chewing that thing down until it's broken down so it like dissolves quicker, or are you just letting that bad boy sit in there for a little while?
No.
I'm kind of trying to figure out which one's better, because I tend to bite down on mine and let it dissolve quicker, but I feel like that probably wouldn't work quite as well as just letting the whole solid thing dissolve. So what do you think?
No.
He's
got it backwards.
What's the goal here? Like, what is this person
you want
trying
to enjoy?
achieve?
You want to enjoy your, and this can go for an Altoid or a Jolly Rancher or any kind of like everlasting gobstopper. You let it sit. You enjoy the flavor until it kind of softens to a certain point, and then you bite it. You don't bite and then let it dissolve. That's weird.
Okay, fair, but gobstoppers and Altoids are not created equally.
But like, I mean, I do the same thing with both, where it's like you put it in and you just kind of roll it around for a while, and then they both get to a certain point where it's like, okay, now it's a good time to bite into this.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I sympathize with caller where they're saying, like, I think it depends on what's in your mouth. I think like, everyone know. Yes, those eyes are appropriate, Michael. I think like
said a thing.
Look, I don't know why orange Tic Tacs are the only chewy ones, but that's what they are.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I have some Sprite TikToks right now. They're great. Tic Tacs. They're fantastic.
Sprite?
Tic
Tacs?
Tic Tacs.
So, okay, I'm sorry that this story has to start this way. When I was in Disney World a couple years ago at the giant Coca-Cola store in Disney Springs, I got these Coca-Cola Tic Tacs. I almost said TikTok again. And they were very good. And I worked on those things for like a year, just like having one here and there in the car. And then when I was back in March, I went to the store very excited to get a refill. No more Coke ones, but they have Sprite ones. That's maybe even better. That's a good Tic Tac flavor. I almost said TikTok again. Very good Tic Tac flavor. I'm a big fan of my Sprite Tic Tacs.
I feel like I would trust Jelly Belly to do that perfectly. Where it's like, they made beer Jelly Bellies at one point. And I was like, this tastes concerningly like beer. Why does this exist? Like, I think they could take any flavor.
The
buttered popcorn,
insane.
The best flavor. People think I'm nuts for it. I think it's the best flavor.
No, that's fair. That they
I
are.
couldn't
great.
have a whole handful of butter popcorn.
I would go to the grocery store and I would just fucking dump nothing but buttered popcorn. One time, I think there's a video on YouTube of me melting down buttered popcorn Jelly Bellies and pouring it on actual popcorn.
No, not you.
Okay, well, I'm getting off this ride now.
I'm sure if this is still up.
That's insane.
Yep, Cooking with Dan, making popcorn butter out of Jelly Bellies. I will copy this address and put it in the chat.
That's the most believable thing ever. I feel like
that had to be almost that had to be kind of dangerous. That stuff would have been really hot.
Yeah, I think it's okay though. I think it did all right.
Oh wow, this is old. 10 years ago. Incredible.
Look at you. Okay.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't be watching this right now, but oh my god.
I also think it's so I enjoy I don't bite mints. I try not to. I enjoy savoring the flavor. I think there are lifesaver, like spearmint lifesavers that have an inconsistency hardness to them. Where like sometimes you'll get like a real hard one, sometimes you'll get a chalky one, and it's like there's no rhyme or reason. It's not even like a stale versus fresh thing. It's just like I don't know why that is. What internet? Why is that? Why are there
peppermints are that way too? Like the peppermints that you get at the restaurants,
Well, no. So there are like the fatter balloon, like pillow ones, are always chalky.
Oh, those? No. I'm talking about the striped ones, the stripe around, the circular ones with the stripe around. Yeah, the classic.
Those hard, but those are always hard. I've never gotten like an accidental chalky one.
Beckler, is this a Jersey thing or just a my wife thing? She refers to those as homeless mints. Because they don't have a home? Because the mints don't have a home because they're just like in a bowl?
I mean, I kind of like.
Has anyone ever heard of this?
I've never heard someone call it homeless.
All right. I didn't know this was a read. She swears, no, that's what they are. They're homeless mints.
I thought, well, okay. So at a diner, at the checkout. So people who don't know, diners, you like infamously do not pay at the table. You have to take your receipt back up to the register before you walk out. Oftentimes, 95% of the time, there is some sort of like sterling silver tray with a fancy spoon in it where you're meant to like scoop out after meal mints that are not individually wrapped. They're just sort of like in a thing, loosies, baby. And you just sort of pour those chalky bad boys in your hand and, go to town. That's sort of fallen more out of favor now with just, that we all agree. Well, most of us agree that germs are a thing. And, now you have like
a good 52% at least.
At least I did my own research. I'm pretty confident. But now but they're all individually wrapped. Like it's not like now they are. Yeah. So I wouldn't. I guess calling them home. It's just I don't know. It just feels wrong. Maybe I don't know. It's kind of funny. Yeah. Okay. Diner mints. Those are diner mints to me.
Sure.
For sure. You know what I mean? Yeah. I want to know about the mystery about the hard candy versus the soft. I don't understand why that has so much variation.
Got a closest picture of the squirrel.
Oh, I'm keeping that up, baby. That's,
I've had to put it away. It's
that ain't going
distracting.
anywhere. That's putting that one
Going
in the
vertical.
collection. All right. We're gonna go to YouTube chat for the next one, and they chose Tour Bus.
Bonaritos! I love you guys. You went independent. I want to quit my job because I hate corporate so much. It's bullshit. Hey, I'm listening to some AC/DC. I'm having some brewskis. Love you guys. Question my drummer raised the other day. Places you won't take a poop at. I got naked and had to poop on the tour bus in Ohio. So,
Not
from
supposed to do
Minotti, that's for you guys. But where would you take a poop? Love you, bye.
I got to say, we've taken a lot of calls on here. I can't say with any other call ever I've had more confidence that I would like hanging out with someone than this guy.
Yeah.
Like I can just tell this is my people here.
Yeah. 100%. I'm not thrilled about the pooping on the bus. That's rule number one. You're not supposed
Oh,
to
I'll
poop
poop
on
on
the bus.
buses all day. Yeah.
No, Dan.
Why?
I'm sure caller will
Poop
tell
on a bus,
you.
poop on a plane?
Rule number one about tour buses, all the Prevost tour. I'm assuming that's the kind of, if it's got a bathroom, it's probably one of those like real, you do not poop on it because you have to, it's like an extra effort to like drain that tank. No one wants to do it. It's a piss only situation. Caller was not happy about having to poop on that bus.
Okay. So this is a different, this is you're on the tour bus. It's not a Greyhound.
No, this is like the community band's bus. And it's like, hey, we don't shit on this bus.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. I guess that's a different situation. I get that.
Okay.
It's a courtesy thing.
Okay.
You ever hear that thing with like villains and heroes, and it's like I don't know, it's some old cliche. Like every hero is one bad day away from becoming a villain.
Huh?
Yeah, that's how I feel about you. But yeah,
I concur. I am. That's how I feel about people who are picky where they shit.
Oh,
because I think you can fucking say all this stuff. I would never shit here. I would never do that. One bad day, and I had that bad day. Okay, one time. I didn't know it at the time. I had food poisoning, and I used to live near this really big, beautiful park in Dublin called Phoenix Park. And it's kind of a long walk with like a point of no return where you have to kind of keep going forward because it's further back.
Yeah.
And around that time, my stomach starts like actually rumbling. And I'm like, oh, something's going wrong here. And it gets worse and worse. And what I have to do is I have to sit down every like 5 or 10 minutes because my body is reacting so hard. I'm like, I'm not shitting in this park. I am not shitting in this park. I am not doing this. And then by the end, I was maybe 3 minutes away from my apartment, like leaving this park. And I had to fucking do it. It didn't matter. There could have been a toilet 3 meters in front of me. And I told this story. I told this story on stream, and everyone went fucking insane. They're like, that's ridiculous. And the thing I always say to people, the mistake people make is they always think that this was a choice between shitting or not shitting.
No,
and it's not. This was a choice between shitting in a park or shitting your pants. And if you don't think it's that, you do not understand the problem.
Yeah, no, maybe I get it.
Maybe this is hubris on my point, and maybe I'll be made to look like a fool through the years ahead.
I can't see that happening. Go on.
No, I can't afford that. I've never shit anywhere that was not a toilet or a diaper when I was diaper age. Every turd. I've never shit my pants. Every turd I've ever produced.
You are one bout of ill-timed food poisoning away.
I've had
from
food
that
poisoning.
not being a thing. Okay, ill-timed, the wrong situation, and you're fucked, my friend.
I'm not saying it'll never happen. I'm
any
saying right
human
now,
who thinks they are beyond that is hubris.
Yes.
It might be hubris, but I'm saying as of now, I have a 100% perfect record of every turd my body has ever produced has gone exactly where it's supposed to go.
Yeah, I remember
Unless
being
your
like
balls
that.
get in the
I
way.
remember. I remember the good times, Dan, before it all went wrong.
I'm saying if I made it to 41, although I do my genetics, I do remember. You know, you get older. I remember there were times
listen,
where my grandpa.
I don't want to get too grim here, but like at 41, like the decline, like you are heading into territory where that is more likely.
Yeah, this
You're
is not
getting
the
closer
upside.
and closer each day to the first day you shit your pants.
I'm trying to think age-wise. My grandpa was probably in his like late 60s, but I would see him like get up and be like, uh-oh, and he'd be like going to the bathroom, and he would be like 5 feet from the bathroom, and it was so sad. He'd just seem like put his arm up on like the kitchen cabinet.
Oh,
and just
Jesus.
Be like, oh boy. Oh,
no,
boy.
really? At 60?
That was me. That was me. That was what happened.
That's deeply uncomfortable. First of all, no one should be speaking this confident in a cursed podcast. Okay, I'm just putting that out there.
I'll tempt the fate. I think I'll make it to 50 without ever.
I feel like we're like
a
3 months away from starting an episode of Giant Bomb with the Dan inappropriate shitting story.
I will give you all a promise, everyone on this call and everyone watching at home. The day I shit my pants or shit someplace that's not in a toilet, I will give you the full rundown. I promise
you don't have
that.
to promise that, buddy. It's okay.
Yeah, I think you did that anyway. Number one,
I will absolutely do that.
Can you imagine this happens before next week? Like how
possible.
insane
And I'll
that
tell
would
you,
be.
it's not a pride thing. I'm just telling you, as a matter of fact, I have never shit somewhere I'm not supposed to shit.
Don't you love that baseball guy who tells the story about
George
shitting
Brett?
his-
I didn't say I love him.
I'm good for that once or twice a year.
I get it.
Yeah.
You're just laying out the numbers. You're just throwing out the stats, and I get it. You're
And
lucky
I have a
enough-
reason to be confident about this.
You're undeshit-feeded. I get it. Like, you know, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm there with you, pal.
Really?
Now I don't have this
Shit
like
buddies.
hubris. Shit buddies, we are certainly. I don't have this hubris where like I feel like I'm Superman and my pooping is untouchable. Like I don't live life thing. I feel like, you know, just in the same way death is always around the corner, shitting your pants is always around every corner.
And like just to be clear, my position on this, I'm delighted for you both. You know, that sounds wonderful. Like I certainly remember when I had that confidence, but it will get taken away one day.
And it can't. I've felt it's gotten close. It got close like 2 or 3 months ago. Me and Bianca went to a mall to go see a movie. And like as I'm walking from, it's one of those big parking lots, and I'm walking. I'm like, no, we walked from breakfast. We got brunch somewhere and got like cocktails, and then we're walking to the thing. And in the parking lot, I'm like, this is gonna be a problem. This is gonna be a problem. And she's like, she's a pro about this. She's just like, all right, is it gonna be better or worse if I talk and distract you? And I'm like, I don't think I can talk right now. And so it's just like I'm in silence, and I start sweating, and I never really sweat. And I'm just like, and she just took charge. She was walking ahead. She's looking for signs and stuff like that. And I'm just kind of following her. I'm standing on the escalator, just like gripping the side, just like,
yeah.
But
you're
I
giving
made
birth
it. And
to a
it's
turd.
like the second my anus is hovering above a toilet hole, it's just floodgates open. But I made it.
Okay, but Dan, now imagine rather than being in a place that typically has many toilets, you are 40 minutes away from civilization.
Yeah, you're screwed. It's over.
I mean, there is a world where I might need to shit in the woods at some point.
Yeah,
I don't want to because here's the thing. My worry is that you have to wipe. I can't walk around with shit inside my pants. And you have to wipe. And what am I going to grab a leaf? And then it turns out it's poison sumac, and then my fucking anus goes inside out. Like I don't want that.
That would be hilarious, of course. But
that's what I worry about.
You figure it out. You make do with what you have. You become resourceful. Okay. I just want you to know that if I'm near you and you're the one that's having the emergency, I'm taking both my fingers and I'm jabbing you in the belly.
Why would you do that?
As I possibly can.
You're going to have to smell it.
I don't care. It's what I owe you for the piss incident of 2020.
Because worst case incident there is you
22.
piss your pants and piss. There's a smell to piss, but it's not like revolting. It's like,
Dan,
you make me shit my pants on a bus, that's going to smell up the whole bus.
Dude, door swings both ways. Okay. Like, what do you mean?
Would you rather be in a bus filled with shit or with some piss on the floor?
I feel like the moment that you enter the defecating arena, like it doesn't matter at that point.
Yeah. And
I think piss is easier to deal with than poop.
Yes, I think we all agree, but what you did to me was incredibly not cool, and I can't wait to return the favor when it really matters. Okay.
It's really funny.
Really funny. There's videos of it.
You
One
had to
day
pee
we'll
on the
share
side
that.
of your house because you couldn't make it to the toilet.
Hey, we were not there. The entirety of bathrooms was not on the menu in how we evolved.
I have a picture of you doing a gremlin walk to the side of your house to pee at like 5 p.m.
What they called it in Disney when somebody takes a shit on a ride.
What's that
called?
Code Brown?
No, it's actually code H for human because it's any. They have the same code for any kind of liquid that comes out of a human. So if somebody bleeds or throws up or poops or pees, that's code H, human.
Jeez,
Really?
That's a real catch. That H is doing a lot of lifting. Let me tell you. That's a lot.
Yeah,
a lot.
you're in for a big surprise once you get there, I guess.
Seriously.
Well, I found the picture. Are you coming up from? Can I post this picture?
Picture of what?
I just want to make sure it's not doxing me in any meaningful
Yeah,
way.
okay, here, let me.
I'm
I'll
already
put it in the
looking at
Discord.
this squirrel's testicles all day.
Okay, I'm putting it in our general chat. Backlar, is this okay?
Oh God, let me see.
Wait, what is happening in this picture? What is happening here?
He's struggling. He's really struggling.
I don't even know what I'm looking at. It
It's
looks
just
like
me. You don't have to share this. It's just me bent over.
On the
okay,
side
'cause,
of his
like,
house.
you're wearing all black. I couldn't tell it was a human for a while. I'm sorry. I thought it was like a
Oh,
mountain
God.
goat.
Oh God, because it was that picture is just showing incredible relief.
Yeah.
It was over. It was all over by then. It was all over by then.
Incredible
stuff. Incredible stuff. All right. Well, let us move on to Twitch chat. Twitch chat chose the next voicemail, and they have chose appropriately enough the diuretic frappuccino.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
hey,
John.
John, you
That's
should
okay.
tell these
I
guys.
expected it.
Hey, John, you should tell these guys about that time Day Love made a Frappuccino appear that gave a chocolate guy a power-up. That'll make sense.
What now?
What?
Come again.
One more time. Let's roll it again.
Hey, John, you should tell these guys about that time Day Love made a Frappuccino appear that gave a chocolate guy a power-up. That'll make sense.
I'm afraid to say I have no I have no idea what that was about.
For a chocolate guy, a power up? I'm all over the place.
Could we
What do you mean
perhaps
by
substitute?
chocolate
Could we substitute this for a different one? Because I have been curious about Joho.
Let's do it. Sorry, caller.
Hey,
Sorry,
John.
caller.
Hey, John. The people at Giant Bomb need to know the Joho origin story. That is all.
Oh my God. Okay.
Is it, so this is unrelated?
This is completely unrelated. This I am very aware of.
Okay.
What this person is referring to is a saga, but I'll try and give like a abridged version. Basically, when I went to Japan before, I really wanted to go for a very long time, and it was a really amazing trip. It was awesome. There was one slight problem, and that was when I was there, my face started swelling up, and like it would be getting kind of worse and worse, and it was like starting to hurt, and then like it was kind of hard to sleep on. And I woke up one morning, and my at the time girlfriend, now wife, I just kind of looked at her, opened her eyes, and she just goes, "Oh." And I looked in the mirror, and no joke, it was like a Popeye looking thing, like out the side of my face. And I was like, oh my, and like the Japanese are such a beautiful, elegant people. And as a foreigner, you already feel a little bulky. And I was like, oh God. And so I went downstairs and like I showed the receptionist like what was going on, and he just goes, and he then walks me to a Japanese dentist office. And it was fucking crazy. I opened the door, and the way I always describe this, I've told this story so many times. I'm sorry if people are hearing it again from something else. But the way I always describe it, it opened into this hall, and I want you to imagine a tic-tac-toe board, but every tile is filled with a dentist chair and a dentist, like, performing dental surgery on someone. No walls, just this room full of dentists. And I'm like, oh my fucking God.
What?
And so I wait for a dentist anyway, and this man comes over to me, and he's Japanese, and I'm like terrified because I don't like dental shit, and I really don't want to get dental shit from someone who, like, we don't speak the same language.
Yeah.
And so he comes over to me and he's like, Mr. Walsh, I'll be your dentist today. And like the relief I felt was so intense, and I start going, oh, okay. So as you can see, like, my face is swollen up. And I watch his eyes glaze over. That was the only English this dude had.
Stop it. What is happening? Is this a fucking nightmare? No. What do you mean?
And so he basically then he takes me over to the chair and he sits me down, and he has this little book, and he points to the Japanese text in the book, and below is the English translation. And that's how we communicate.
Are you in pain here?
Tremendous pain.
Oh.
So you didn't say it was a tooth? Like you said your side of your face swelled up, but what was bothering you? Like, what was it?
All I knew was that it hurt. That's all I knew.
So it wasn't like tooth related necessarily? It was just
I mean, I'm
cheek?
sure it was, but it was like something. Like, my teeth were sore, but like my face was sore as well. Like, just the whole thing.
Okay.
And so he's pointing to the Japanese, and so he like points to I'm going to take an x-ray of your tooth. I'm going to tap this with this instrument. And like, he's very good and he's very polite. But then at some point he points to the text, and I'll never forget this in my fucking life. And it said, "Your gum has become infected with pus. I am going to cut it open with an electrical scalpel and drain the pus."
That was all the sentence?
That was the and you know the most fucked up part? There was a little cartoon tooth next to it, and the tooth was going like this.
Bad. That was a big frown, audio listeners. The biggest frown you can imagine.
What?
But like, so he numbs my tooth, and you know he numbs it, like, and I don't feel a single thing from that point on.
Okay.
And so afterwards, like, my face is kind of returned to like a normal shape, and he drained like a fucking liter of pus out of my face.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to like pay afterwards, and it was so weird because the door was open like a crack, and the receptionist took my she took like my insurance forms and went into the back, and it was really weird because I see her like type some things onto a computer, and she looks at it, and then she looks down at my forms, and then she looks up, and I see her call another lady over, and they don't know I can see them, and they're both looking at the computer. And next thing, they look at each other and they both start laughing. And then they call a man over, and the man looks at the computer, and then they all laugh together. And then she comes out with a perfectly straight face and just goes, you're going to need to pay in cash. And so I did. I was like, okay, fine. Okay, cool. Please let this nightmare end. And then she gives me a prescription for painkillers, and I look down at the prescription, and it's to Joe Walsh. And then I adopted my online tag as that for years afterwards. There's like a weird part 2 to this story, but I don't want to drag down the entire podcast.
Okay.
Wait.
A part 2?
But
what saga continues?
So, but why are they laughing because Joho is funny in Japanese?
I never found out why.
What does Joho mean in Japanese?
It's a pirate's life for me.
I don't think they were laughing at the name. I think they were laughing at the insurance forms.
Yeah.
Can you use American insurance in Japan? Or you're not American.
Well, he didn't have American insurance.
You're asking the wrong person. I mean, whatever the answer is, it's way better insurance than what we have. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah.
What? And what?
Oh God, what am I saying?
What did you say, Dan?
United Kingdom.
Wait. Time
Dan,
out.
what do you,
Flag
Dan,
on the
where do you
play.
think he's
Flag
from?
on the
Where do you
play.
think he's from?
Oh no.
Did Dan not know where you're from? What
Is
did
it
he
not
say?
part of the United Kingdom?
What did he say? What did he say? What did
Dan,
he say?
how's the chat reacting right now, buddy?
Scotland?
Oh no!
Oh,
Oof!
man.
Oh no!
Oh, Dan's
we can't.
canceled. Dan's canceled.
It's
Dan's
got to be
canceled.
European.
It's happening here.
It's got to be European.
Dan's canceled.
Ireland.
That's
Ireland,
the
Dan,
one with
Ireland.
Dublin. That's the one. The one
Ireland.
with Dublin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan, Ireland has a
John's
little
from
bit of a
Alabama.
spotty history with the UK, so
Yeah.
just
Really?
just a heads up there, buddy.
I didn't know that either.
Look, Dan
No
doesn't
bad vibes.
know.
No bad
It's
vibes
okay.
whatsoever. You no?
Wait,
You got
Ireland
me?
and UK don't like each other?
I mean,
Dan-
Ireland doesn't like the UK.
Oh,
I mean,
I thought is Scotland. Maybe I thought Ireland was part of it.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
be careful.
I don't know.
yeah,
I'm
honestly-
stepping in. I'm probably stepping in something here. I don't
You
know.
know-
Apparently, Ireland is not part of the UK.
You ever see like someone and you're like, that he's gonna crash. And you don't stop them? That's what's happening right now.
I don't know what I'm stepping in here. I'm gonna stop talking.
Not to mention, like, you know Danny O'Dwyer very well, who is
Yeah.
definitely
You co-host a podcast with Danny
I
O'Dwyer.
love Danny. I caught up with him a ton in SGF.
he
He's
just
one of my
took-
favorite
he-
people.
But he learned nothing.
What do you think we're talking
John.
about? The
Yes.
provinces of Europe?
At some time, I'm sure that information came out.
That's where I live. The provinces of Europe.
Yeah, but just let
Pick
that
your
go by
bio.
too.
That's your location on your
I'll
bio.
take some heat off of Dan. When I went to Dublin in like 2005, my favorite thing was there was a restaurant called Captain America's. It was the American food themed restaurant, and it was like a 2-week school trip thing. So at that point, I was very excited for like something a bit more Americanized. And I still think about Captain America's quite a bit. I don't know if you've ever seen it there, John, but still.
I used to go there for my birthday when I was.
Oh
there.
yeah.
Yep.
Still kicking? That's so good. That's so good.
Sorry,
looked
Mike.
up-
Even that can't save him.
No, I Googled why don't Ireland and the UK like each other, and it sounds like it's complex and it's rooted in a history of conflict and political division. Is that
Is that
right?
what the AI thing told you?
That's the first thing that popped up.
There's just a narrator like at the top.
Hang on,
Dan
there's a
will not
Reddit
remember
thread.
this.
There's a Reddit thread on r/Irish history. It says, "Can someone explain the problem between the UK and Ireland?" Oh, this is long.
John's a mod there. Yeah.
Oh, this is
Oh dear.
That's the appropriate reaction.
Yeah. It turns out England was mean to a lot of people. For
Oh,
a
yeah,
long amount of
whoa.
time.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
All right,
this
look,
is ugly.
no,
All right.
This is good. This is informational. I
We're
mean,
learning. Back to
we're
school.
Yeah, exactly.
Look,
Which
Dan, you
retained
don't know
all
what you
that
don't know.
information.
I say, hold off, my Irish brethren. He's learning. He's learning.
Yeah, he's learning.
Yeah, I got this Reddit thread. Okay. Yeah, no, it's I understand now. Okay. Scotland is part of the UK, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And Northern Ireland. There's another Ireland. It's all it's a lot.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
I learned.
This is a
Finley
big
was
moment.
from Northern Ireland, right? Fit Finley?
Yes.
Belfast,
But
yeah.
I just know he's from Ireland and he loves to
but
fight.
Becky Lynch is from Dublin, Ireland.
There you go.
Okay. I've heard I should go there. I've heard it's great.
Oh, you
Yeah,
totally
I
should.
loved it.
You totally should.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mahardy was just there. I was learning all about it. It's great.
Oh yeah, you were talking about on Fire Escape. You were talking about doing our own Fire Escape thing. Come
I
on,
would love
hang
to.
out.
I
We'll
think it'd be
have fun.
great. I'd love to
We'll
go
have
there.
fun.
I don't know how we move on. I just.
How do you all learn these things?
I was born here. You know, that's
Yeah, but
that's
we're talking about these two here. It's like, did you literally learn this in school?
Yes.
It's the most surface level world history. Like
They
I
did
don't know
not.
what to
I'm
say.
not kidding. They did not teach us
I
this
know,
shit
and
in
that's
Kansas.
I know, and that's a
I do
problem.
something for those 8 hours a day, 5 days a week.
We
you were
learned a
sitting
lot
there.
about Jesus.
Well, you went to like fake school, right? You went to like church school or some shit. Right?
Yes, I went to Catholic
Yeah,
school in
so-
Kansas. What do you think they were teaching me and not teaching me? You know?
I can't. Yeah, no, I know. It is like I said, but it is so. It falls into such a common knowledge sort of category.
In fairness, like the amount of stuff I don't know about America, like there is so much
America's
stuff
a
that I
lot
kind
younger,
of
though.
I have heard. Like I have heard. Like I barely know who like Thomas Jefferson is. Was he a
fine.
president?
It's fine.
Yeah,
he
I
was
know.
president.
Cool.
Yeah.
I know kind of a lot about him for a while. I was listening to a podcast where a guy pretended to be him for many, many years. So yeah, I learned a lot.
Guy pretended to be him back in Thomas Jefferson's actual time?
Well, he was kind of plucked out of time because the other person wasn't, and they would talk about current political events and things like that.
Oh, the person on the podcast pretended to be. I thought it was a podcast about a Thomas Jefferson impersonator back in the day.
No. Right now he was doing it. So yeah, he was the third president of the United States from 1808. He is the writer of the Declaration of Independence. He founded the University of Virginia. He helped orchestrate the Louisiana Purchase. He sent out Lewis and Clark. And he owned slaves and had had children with one of the slaves. So, yeah, all sorts of weird things with just Thomas Jefferson.
Now you know, John.
Now I know. That's
any other questions? I'll take that.
Not where I thought that was going.
I'm more of a Taft guy these days.
That's what we hear. Big Taft guy. Wow. Back to School Season 2 coming soon. Actually, no.
Let's do history.
It's just not gonna, because you clearly have demonstrated that none of that information was ever retained. I don't know.
Again, it's not a retaining thing. It's a never taught thing.
Got it.
Yes.
Understood. Loud and clear. All right. John, you're the special guest. You get to keep this truck dumping. Let's get another one here.
Why don't we go for Gonna Be Cool?
Hi, this is Bronco Brontosaurus, rhymes like a thesaurus, beats so good you can't ignore us. Everyone in the crowd knows, no, I ruined it. I was going to be cool.
Oh God, that's it. That was art. That was art right
Buddy,
there.
Been there.
That's like in the middle of the Austin 316 promo. He's just like, I gotta go see it.
It's over. Wow. Oh wow.
He's that guy from that one E3. Was it the Call of Duty thing where the screen just went blank, and he just like 180s and just disappears behind backstage?
That's what I would do. 100%. It's like, I'm just leaving. Yeah.
just Homer into the bush there. Yeah.
Oh God. Remember that one time somebody flubbed a voicemail and they were like, bye.
See ya. Yeah.
See ya. We thought
Bugs Bunny bullshit
was the funniest thing. I think more people should give up in the middle of their failures. Don't push through. Just stop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised. I don't know. Maybe it didn't, because like the voicemails come in, right? And they're like, right, Jen? They're like emails, and you can't they're not attached, right? So it's not like you would find that person's redo, or no.
I see the same phone number calling in. This person did not call in to amend their mess up.
Jeez, I hope they're okay. Oh.
Yeah, they're being chased.
It sounded really good. I was impressed. Man, this guy's got a whole thing going. I liked it.
I was like, okay, some preparation has gone in here.
Yeah, shit was written down for that.
Was it the Brontosaurus?
It was like some sort. I think he like made Barack Obama into a dinosaur somehow. Is that what I heard? It's amazing. All right, we'll try again.
A lot of presidents today. Happy 4th, everyone.
Yay! Never more of a proud time to celebrate.
Yeah, ever do a July 4th
like it's going great over there.
Yeah. Happy birthday, America! I gotta say, you look like shit though. You know?
We tried a July 4th feature once on this website. It didn't go great. It didn't go great.
Oh yeah, I heard about that through a wall. I think
people had to be to go after you and Abby. People had to be upset. Oh, Abby, leave Abby alone. Oh God. We won't be doing that.
No,
not
so much.
Were people angry?
Oh yeah, and I mean, it's like at the time, like Abby was doing stuff with like every holiday, so she would do like spooky games for Halloween. She would do like dating games for Valentine's Day, and then July 4th came around, and it was she was like, oh, let's do Star Spangled Beasters and play. We did an episode with Oregon Trail, and then I can't remember if we even did a second one, and people were very, very mad because she got outfits where she was Uncle Sam and I was Lady Liberty, and it was all very just like jokey, like, oh, let's play the most like, Metal Wolf Chaos and just like weirdly American games. And 2017 people were not having it. I don't think they'd have it now either.
No. Live and learn.
Yeah.
It's like Sonic the Hedgehog did. And Sonic Adventure 2. Live and learn. Living on the edge of tomorrow. Live and learn through the works of yesterday. Live and learn. If you beg or if you borrow, live and learn. You will never find your way.
Was that a Sonic song?
Yeah, it's Live and Learn from Crush 40.
Jeff, come on.
Sonic Adventure 2, it's a banger. Come on.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. So
The
good.
adventure games, I just guessed it on a Sonic podcast, and they were playing theme music, and I did not know a lot of it. And
once they did lyrics, I was out.
Yeah.
Oh, no, the Crush 40 songs are so good.
No,
It's like,
I was a Genesis kid, and even like with Sega CD, they started pressing into that a little too far, and I was like, no, okay, we're not doing lyrics and Sonic music.
Oh, I love all that stuff. Like even this. Sorry, go ahead, back, Claire.
No, I was gonna say, like, I do like how it kind of flirts with like weird, like butt rock metal kind of stuff. Like I enjoy that in a big way. Yeah.
Mike, what age you?
What's that?
What age you? If that's
How old are
something
you?
you're cool with sharing.
Well, oh yeah, I'm 38.
Okay, I'm also 38, and I think that's what's happening here. I think you
Yeah.
had to be a certain territory of teenager in order to appreciate the Sonic Adventure days.
I mean,
absolutely. Even
I
just
like
get-
Sonic Adventure 1. Look, the whale thing.
That was
I will-
99, right?
Yeah, playing that at a kiosk at Funkoland
I'm
was like one of. It's
17.
like holy shit.
Yeah,
And that is the way to play Sonic Adventure 1 and no other way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Just that level. Yep.
Not spend more than 7 minutes with that game.
But Sonic Adventure didn't speak to me. I talked about this on the podcast I was just on, but like something happened, the jump to Dreamcast, and like the Sonic thing, which I never really enjoyed Sonic that much, just to be totally clear.
That
Like,
was a big song. I got this Dreamcast calendar behind me.
I get it.
You have to be in like your edgy Limp Bizkit listening to Shadow the Hedgehog approving era when
I think
Sonic
I like
Adventure 2 comes out.
I think I like Sonic the character more than the game character. Like I like Sonic as an entertainment property, which is also
comics.
true. It's a he is a bigger character than he is a video game now.
I would say that those games have kind of always been a vehicle for that character in a lot of ways.
100%.
Sonic 2 is a great game, though.
He has
Sonic 2 is
transcended
cool.
it.
Sonic 2 is great. You got the bouncy
He's
mushrooms.
transcended it.
Yeah.
Right?
There's all sorts of good Sonic. I like a lot.
Sonic and Knuckles kind of rules as well.
I'm with you.
Sonic
I
Knuckles
love
is
that's
great.
my favorite game.
I think-
That's my
1,
favorite.
2, and Knuckles are my favorites. Yep.
I think all the Genesis ones. I think CD is fantastic. I thought that Mania is probably the best
Mania's really
one.
Mania is just a great game.
Mania is so freaking good. I think even
Frontiers
people
is
don't
like weird and interesting.
I kind of like it.
I'm not
yeah.
I'm not gonna say good, but like I play it and I'm like, I'm feeling something.
It's
they
fun
have
running
that.
around this fast. Yeah, I like it.
I think there's a better game to be made with that, and I hope they do. Sonic Cross Shadow Generations actually kind of ripped. That was good stuff.
My chat has been begging me to play that game.
The Shadow campaign is like some of the best 3D Sonic stuff they've ever done. I think it's really good, surprisingly. So, even when Sonic is bad, it's bad in a kind of entertaining, interesting way, right? You got to give that to Sonic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Sonic and Mario have an inverse relationship of their like domain popularity. I think Mario is the better video game character and Sonic is the better entertainment character, and they're
Yeah,
sort of
but like
inverse that way.
I really was super on board with Sonic. Like
I get it.
Even just being a little bit younger than you two, like that was the perfect age to. I read
I
all
get
the
it.
comics, all the cartoon shows. I had a Sonic doll that I slept with most of my childhood. I was just all aboard Sonic the Hedgehog.
There was that weirdly dark Sonic cartoon. There was
That
two
AM.
Sonic cartoons,
Yeah.
but one, and it was like there's this whole sequence where Sonic gets turned into like a robot, and it's like fucked up and weird, and
That
it's
show rules. That
it's
AM.
kind of awesome. Yep.
I'm also looking at it through the perspective of the youth, and I know Dib and his crew love Sonic in the cartoons and in the movies.
Really?
If I show them a game, they're like, "Get that boomer shit out of my face."
Really? Interesting.
They do not care. Frontiers and Generations, like that's better, and there is some like interest there, but the side scrolling stuff we're talking about, no,
wow,
they're not having it. They're not having
Maybe
it.
Dan's right. Maybe the kids are bad.
Yeah, it's Fire Station.
They're not all
time.
good. They're not all good. It's fire station. It's Fire Station in a basket time, isn't it?
I'd always be one bad opinion away from Fire Station if I was a parent.
But to go back, all this Crush 40, all the Sonic songs with lyrics, like so many of those are bangers. Open your heart.
The music's good. Music's excellent.
I don't know. I love that stuff.
Well played, well remembered. All right, we've got a little bit more time. I want to get to Mike. Your turn.
I see something on the live feed that I don't see in the one we have called Mitchy McNulty or whatever. Is that up for grabs? Can we listen to that?
Hey, 3am boys. Lex from Cork, Ireland here, first time, long time. I'm reaching out because there's been a lot of talk in the community about Irish representation on Giant Bomb over the years, and who the real Irish representative for Giant Bomb is. And I just wanted to get the crew's thoughts. We're looking at Beef O'Grady. We're looking at Danny O'Dwyer. We're looking at John Eyepatch Wolf. We're looking at Lex Luddy, who sounds great. I think Lex Luddy should win this. And we're, of course, also looking at Mitchy McNulty, or whatever the fuck that guy's name is. So who do you think is the real Giant Bomb Ireland member? And when are you setting up an office in Ireland? So yeah. Love you. Bye.
For real? I think it might be me.
Explain, because you had a rough showing.
I'm not
with the
kidding.
Irish today.
I'm part Irish. On my mom's side, we are part Irish.
Infuriating.
Not anymore.
You know what? Yeah, I think you've got that stripped from you.
Thank you.
Unceremoniously.
I might be the most Irish person on Giant Bomb.
I get it. I get why everyone gets really exhausted podcasting with Dan.
John, you're getting a crash course, pal.
I'm here. I understand.
I'm just saying the truth here. I'm part Irish.
You forgot to sign the waiver, John. You're supposed to sign the waiver.
You preferred it when we were talking about shit, right? In the testicles on that squirrel.
It used to be okay with squirrels.
I liked when we talked about Sonic for a couple of minutes there.
That was nice.
That was a pretty salient conversation. Felt like everyone made some good points.
Yeah, I
Got
can sing
to the
another
shit
Sonic
they knew
song.
about.
I can sing another song. Like, Too fast for the naked eye. Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic, he's really cool. Sonic, he's got an attitude. Sonic, he's the fastest thing alive. He's the fastest thing alive. He's the fastest thing alive.
Damn, don't blow a gasket. Oh.
Sorry, they go very hard at the end of that one. Oh, my camera's moving on its own. Stop that. Get back over here.
The camera's ashamed.
The camera's like, never mind. I have to look somewhere else. Yeah, it's amazing. Like you were so quick to the jump there, bud. You're like, hold up.
Me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
I mean, unless somebody else do. Okay, there are 5 owners of Giant Bomb. Are any others part Irish?
I've only been accused of being Irish.
There's an extended fire.
Well, no shit. Yes, obviously. But I'm saying core 5.
I'm saying I'd rather die than say the words that you are the most Irish member of Giant Bomb after today, where you clearly showed that you don't know anything about Ireland or where it is
Guinness?
or its relationships to other countries.
You can't just say Guinness.
I'm going to say
Guinness.
that I may be more Irish out of the 5.
Agreed.
Oh, yeah.
Are you part Irish?
No.
He is now.
Dan, we had a conversation about Catholicism, didn't we?
We did. And like the similarities.
I deem Dan or I deem Jan more Irish.
There you go.
I could pull up the 23 and me.
Okay, look, Dan. Okay. Look. We got to cover this. I can't keep letting this slide. Okay. Here's the experience of every Irish person ever. Okay, you go to America. And then you go to a fucking diner or whatever you people eat at. I don't know. I don't really understand what that is. And you're sitting there and you're like, yeah, okay. Could I have? Could I just get? Could I get some bacon? Because that's what you guys call it. And then they're like, oh, where are you from? And you're like, I'm from Ireland. And then they go, oh, well, I'm Irish. And you're like. Are you? And they're like, yeah, my I don't know what's happening this accent.
I like
my families are, and it's like, yeah, and it's like, okay, no, I respect your ancestors, I respect the descent, but like, it's different. It's just different.
Of course it is.
Let me clarify. I'm not saying I'm Irish in the way that you are Irish, obviously. I'm saying there is a lineage, there is a family history from Ireland. So I'm just saying among the 5, I've got an argument.
Though, because
Except John.
Coastal Grub, I don't know where the hell his family came from. They could be Irish. Maybe they're the Oak
Grubs,
Grub.
and I would concede if that was the case. It's the documents.
You know,
where's Grub come from?
I don't know, but like it is an American phenomenon, is it not, John? Right? Where like we just like everyone is just like, oh, here's where I'm from. You know, like they want to just LARP and chameleon.
I mean, I understand the desire to belong. Like, I get it, and I get the need and the pride and the ancestry. It's just weird when you come from the islands and then you get over and they're like, oh, and you're like, well, I mean, it's like being Irish. It's a specific thing, but it's like it's a strange one.
Right.
That's probably the case with like anything with America, though, right? Because like, you know, I'm mostly Belgian, but it's like, you know, I'm not from Belgium, you know?
Yeah, I think John's right. A lot of people are just desperate to belong to something. I think that's why everyone got really into what their Harry Potter house is for a while there and things like that. Just like, or you know, their astrology sign, anything. Yeah. It's like, I'm in a group. I've been assigned something that makes me feel better about myself. I don't know.
Well, we learned a lot today, didn't we, folks?
Too much. We sure did. I'm so sorry, everyone.
It's a good podcast. It's a very good podcast. It's an academic podcast, is it not?
That's what we strive for.
We learned a lot about Taft. It was great.
John, we can't say this enough how much we love you and cherish you, and thank you so much for being here.
Oh, you too, guys. Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure, genuinely.
So nice.
It's a damn pleasure. Where can people find you? What do you got cooking? Where should we send people?
You know what? You can just find me at Eyepatch Wolf pretty much everywhere, and I also do a little video game podcast called Versus Wolves with my buddy Wooly Versus.
Go check that out. Absolutely. John, again, it's been a pleasure. Thank you. Dan Reichert, Mike Minotti, Jen Ochoa running the dump truck for us. Thanks to all the chats. Really appreciate it. And of course, thank you to the callers. 707 Exit Flu is the phone number. We're going to be back with a brand new show next week. I will not be around. I will return in 2 weeks. I will see you then. Keep the dump truck running for me. Just leave it in idle. I don't care what the street sign says. You can idle all night. It's not a problem. Keep it running for me. And we will be back with a brand new show. Until then, thank you so very much for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.